Wow, good afternoon. All right, sliding into my afternoon really fast here. Judy Allen here, San Antonio, Texas, and today it's Latte Love, and we're going to be doing a treat cup. And I got this inspiration from my friend Deborah Harrison. All right, so let's do this, right? Because we got a couple of things going on. We got Houston tomorrow with on stage, so a lot of things happening. Spring break with the granddaughter. So let's do this. Let's go to the hands and get this done, right? So coming out of the hands, this is what we're making, and this is the bundle that we're actually using, and this is so we're gonna make a card too. But I also had some leftover stuff, so I went ahead and made a tag because when I go and give stuff to my friends and all, I sit there and usually bring them a gift as well as something else. So this I have actually put in here hot chocolate because I like hot chocolate with marshmallows. I'm not a coffee drinker, and I like my mint chocolate, hot chocolate. So I put that in there as well too. So that's what I can do with this, right? So let's do this. I got some measurements for you so that you know, and we'll have to have some scissors and all handy as well too, and our bling. So for the begin with, this is a 5.5 by 6 3/4, and we have scored it on the short side here. This is scored at 1 1/4 and 4 1/4. So really, if you wanted to do 1 1/4 from each side, it'll be the same, right? And on the long side, the 6 3/4 side here, we have scored it at the 2 3/4 and 4. So that's going to give you the base of what we're going to do here. Now you may be looking at this going like, wow, how's this going to make a cup? Well, I'm going to show you. So you will need, right? You need 3D adhesive. And I would tell you to use either tear and tape, which I'm looking for, or glue, right? So I have tear and tape handy, so I'll use tear and tape. So we're just going to go and fold on the score lines, right? You're going to wonder how we're going to do the coffee cup. I'm going to show you, okay? So I'm at least going to get these bended right here. I'm going to at least get this. This is going to be the foundation, all right, of our coffee cup. So you have to bear with me and be patient to make the coffee cup, right? So we're just going to set this. It's easy to tear off. So that's all I'm going to do, right? And I'm going to have to do them both sides. So you see me make this, something similar to this before. We've made plenty of treat boxes, and we've made a number of treat holders just like we're doing right now. So they all have a common theme, right? They all have where you're going to have a distance at the bottom, and that you're going to score all the way around, right, wherever you want that to be. So on this one here, I'm just going to do it right here. So I'm going to make sure I do whatever I do it the same, right? And I'll show you what I mean. So, for example, I'm taking both the back right here. I'm going to move it forward, right? And then I'll take the front side of the box once I get through here. And then, so it just gives it a uniform look, right? That's all we're doing, okay? So then we're just going to sit up here and put some tear and tape here. Like I said, you need to sit up there and have something that is designed for 3D projects. And this is considered a 3D project, right? Because we're actually going to have to hold some weight. So I've just got, I just have, what, a bag of, to make a 1 cup of hot chocolate, but I could put more in there, right? So I have enough space in here that I can actually put 2 packets of hot chocolate. And I'll show you once I get through again, and you'll see that we have enough room to do 2, which is fine, right? Did I just do that on the wrong side? I just did do that on the wrong side. Okay, so I do sometimes talking, and I got 1,001 things going on, so we're going to sweat the small stuff. Small stuff. It's not what I was wanting to do, but it's what I'm going to be doing, right? All right, because I'm not making anything on the sides here. So, just as I told you, you wanted your flaps to go the same way. Well, this is just going to be a little different than the other side, right? Because it's not anything to get all excited about. I'm bummed that I didn't do it right? But that's about it. So see, what have gone on the outside is what I should have done like the other side, and I didn't do that because I was busy not paying attention and talking at the same time, but that's okay. All right, because it's still going to work, okay? It's still going to allow me, and it's not going to matter really, except for that I know and you know. All right, so here is, this has been actually cut out with the countryside dies. Both of these have, and they've been trimmed down to 3.5 inches. Now, I could do this either way because this one's not going to actually hold, right? But I want you to show you how pretty this is. This paper is that pretty. So I really could do it either way, right? Now, I know it's a tough choice. You know what? I'm going to do this because I have one the other way already. So I'll go ahead and do this one this way. Because you already saw my first sample, or what I made first. So yes, so the Adventure Club, right? If you want to know a little bit more about the Adventure Club, I have it posted. And the last day to register for the March Club, which will feature this paper. So that's what you'll get. You'll be getting paper, ribbon, embellishments, bling. They do have a bling to go with this. It's just a matter of whether it's in stock. Everything's optional with stock, whether it's in stock or not, right? All right, so here is the first side here. And what we're going to do, okay, so we're going to put this right here on the side here. This is nothing more than taking that same piece here that was left over. And then I sat there and used a smaller one. And then I actually took the smallest piece on the inside of the countryside to do the die cutting there. So we're just going to put this on here. And I really prefer it, but we don't have it. So it's okay. I'm not worried. So anything that's not going to hold the 3D, right, you can sit up there and just use regular tearing tape and all. But like the main part there that I'm going to sit there and have, a little bit more, so that I'm going to have something in it, you really want some 3D adhesive, right? Because you don't, I would tell you when I did my Easter stuff, one of them you could tell I really needed a little bit heavy. I didn't use 3D. And when I put those Easter eggs in there, they said they made the sides one too, so I had to come apart. So I had to go and do something different with that. So this one, I really have to do something with it, right? So all I'm going to do is I'm going to use my tearing tape. And I'm just going to come across the top and the sides. And we'll do both sides, and then we'll do the bottom. So yeah, if you're out there today, be sure to comment. You know, I'm off to Houston. So I'm spring breaking with the granddaughter, right? All the grandkids are out, but she's the closest. She's been spending spring break here. So I gotta get her home to go to Houston tomorrow. And she lives in Austin, Texas. So there you go. So I will be a road runner, literally. Today, well, almost right, yeah, tonight, tomorrow, right? And it's supposed to rain, so that's a good thing. We need rain. We're not going to complain about rain. So, but yes, I'm excited about On Stage, and I'm excited about Adventure Club, right? It's a new thing, right? I just launched it. So if you want to know what it's like a cross between a class that you see that, you know, you get stuff and everything else. So it's a cross between a class and the mystery box. So if you did the mystery box previously, it's the cross between the two. Okay, so we're just going to put this down right here. Can I see how this is going to form right here? So we're going to have to put this on the back. So yeah, so the difference is like the classes kids to go that we've been doing weekly. Well, you don't get product, right? I die cut everything for you. Everything's cut up for you, ready to go. So the difference between that and the club is you're going to get at least $20 worth of product. When this particular kit this month, it's more like $25, right? And that doesn't include shipping or taxes. That is just right at cost, right? At cost. So you might say, what else is going on with the club? Well, I put extra surprises in there, and I like doing surprises. I like making things for you, and I like getting things for you. So you just have to wait, right? Or I will give a reveal, right? So it's like after the fact and after the deadline, I can show you what you missed out on, right? I know that sometimes it doesn't seem like too fair, but it's just the way it is. Because some things are like a surprise, right? It's nice to get a surprise in the mail or whatever. Well, I like to do that. I like to give you a nice little surprise. Same thing here. We're just going to line it up right here at the top of the cup. And there we go. So you see how it's going to stand up just like that, right? All right, so we still got to finish some trimming. And I should have done this first, but that's okay. I'm going to go ahead and trim this off. Because when I made my original one, I had done all this ahead of time, right? But I get to talking, so I don't necessarily do things exactly like I did then. So we're just going to put this on again with this here. I'm going to do it with a tear and tape only because now it would have been easier if I had done this to begin with versus at this point here. But that's okay. I'm not worried about it because it's, you know, I don't sweat the small stuff. To me, this is all small stuff. If you don't think it's small stuff, just let me know, and I'll give you some examples of stuff that isn't small stuff, and this will seem very small indeed. So, there you go. So we're just going to take this here. This is done with a scallop die. And we're just going to trim out the top of this cup. Now see, coffee cups can be any shape and everything you want to do, right? I was going to show you one of my coffee cups that I was going to see if I could copy and make it. The only thing is most of my coffee cups are Disney, so they don't have all the, they got Disney characters versus this. Okay, so see, we just trim that off. That's all you got to do. And then I've already pre-stamped this, so we're going to put this on with dimensionals. And then I actually have a bow I went ahead and made in advance. That's part of this. So if you want to get the suite, right? The suite is paper, ribbon, the die set, and the stamp set, as well as the bling and ribbon comes in the suite. So I didn't use, I'm trying to think what I didn't use. I think I used everything. I used the paper. It's beautiful paper. And I'm using the bling. I'm using the trim. It's called, I can't see this far from where I'm at. Go to the eye doctor today, right? So there you go. Nothing like going to the eye doctor, help improve your eyesight. So anyway, part of the club is like all of this, right? So we're going to add up here. I chose to add ribbon up here on mine. I am going to do 2 glue dots because I wanted to make sure it stays, right? It should stay with one. And I would tell you, when I did this, it was easier to put the glue dot up here where I wanted this. And then put the bow on top of it. It was just easier, right? I couldn't tell if I'd gotten the glue dot off or not when I went to put the bow on, so it was like, and the other thing I did, and I can do here also, is I couldn't get this one side to lay down like I wanted, so I literally put a glue dot, right? So that's all I did. So I'm going to go ahead and trim this, and then we'll go ahead and move to the card. So lots of times, I don't know about you, when I do something like this, I usually give people a card. I just met with my friends, and we had lunch the other day, and I made a treat holder for them, and I had sat there and gave them a card as well too. So I sat there, and I just like to make sure I decorate, right? So we're going to do that. We're just going to take a bling and put it right here. And then what I'll do is I'm going to make a matching card, or make it look similar, right? So because I have sat up here and showed you my first one, and I made this one just a little different. I'm going to show you the comparison. It's not going to look that much different at all, right? It's just a personal preference of what side of the paper do you like, right? Because it's all beautiful paper. All is beautiful paper. Okay, so here is the original one I made. Ooh, yep, with my hot chocolate in it. Okay, and here's the second one I made. So it's the same thing. We just flip the paper over to get a different look. So now let's make the coordinating card. Because always, like I said, I always like to give people a card and this. So this is a nice little teacup. So I'm going to do the same thing. So we have choices now, right? I can either, let's go ahead and build this just like I did the other so you can see how we're going. So this one, because it's not going to be holding anything, right? I could though, right? If I wanted to tuck something in there, like if I wanted to tuck that tag I made, that would be perfect. So let's see what we can do with that. So to do that, right, we have to leave space. All right, so We can either do our coffee cup this way, or we can do it this way. Now, I was just telling you we could do something with that tag. And here it is right here. So, how cool would this be that we sit up here and had our coffee or our hot chocolate here, and we had this actually tucked inside. Wouldn't that be cool? I think it'd be cool. All right, so let's do this. So my coffee cup, when I make this now, my coffee handle is not going to be able to come out as far as I did on the other. If I did, I'd have to scooch this all the way over here, which doesn't mean I can't, right? But I have to change my game plan, and especially if I want to put this in the middle, okay? So if I'm going to use this one here, I'm going to put this on the back. I was going to do this originally, but that's really too much. But look how pretty that's going to look. So let's get this on here so you can see how it's going to shape up. And I didn't even plan on putting that tag in here, but I just want to show you how easy it is to take the cup and make it something else, right? It doesn't have to be like I have a treat holder, right? A treat cup. But I can also do it right here. And that's what I love. I love choices, right? And I love beautiful paper. And that's what makes the world go round. Okay, see how this is going to look right here? And we're going to have this on top. Now, this is how I should have done it to begin with. To begin with, I would have just come across here, like 2 swipes, because this, again, isn't going to be a cup holder. And then I should have done this when I made the cup treat holder, just like this here. That's how I was supposed to be doing it, right? So we don't really have to put the handle on there if we don't want to. It should be, it's easier to flip over. I didn't do that. There we go. I'm just going to trim it off. Because I think of, I know this isn't Asian that we're doing here, but we do have teacups that have no handles, but it's for our Asian stuff that we have. Okay, so we can actually put this up, and we can put this up on dimensionals. If I was going to put this on dimensionals and sit up there and do it so that I didn't have an issue, I would most probably take, see which is the longest. Okay, so I want to put, like I was just telling you, I want to put that tag I made, and I want to sit here and put it down here at the bottom. So I have to have something so it's not going to go through, right? Well, it could go through, but I don't want it to slide through, right? So all I got to do is just put something down here at the bottom. Doesn't have to be much, right? Just something that stops it from falling out, right? And then I'll just put some over here on the side. As I'm saying this, let me double check how much space I need. Oh yeah, there we go. So there. And I'm going to do this over here as well. And then we'll be able to, and that's, I'm not worried about it, okay? So if you're worried about, like, did I tear it, or it doesn't matter, okay? It really, really doesn't matter, okay? All we're caring about is that when I go to slide in this bookmark or tag, I would use it as a gift tag, but somebody could use it as a bit, people do what they want to do, right? So I might give it to you as a bookmark or a tag, and you may decide, okay, let me see how I'm going to do this here. Because I only have so much space, right? So the best case scenario is I could put it right here, and I could put this right here too, but you're not going to see it much, right? So my next option would be, so I still want my coffee cup look, right? Okay, so I'm going to set it right down here. Let me go ahead and center this. All right, and I'm just going to center this right here. Okay, and then if I have to trim this off a little, I will. Okay? All right, so let's take this side off here a second, because I don't think that's going to, well, it will. No, it won't. Okay, let's go ahead and tear this off here a second, which will come off real easy. All right, I'm just going to put it like right here, because the reason is if I need to trim it off to get in the envelope, I can. All right, and I do need to move this over just a little bit. All right, so that should hold it in place, right? It's going to hold it right there. And then I'm just going to put this right here. So I'll have to trim this off, and that's okay. I can trim it off, or unless I'm just going to give it to them as is. See how that'll just slide in here? okay? So I can give it as a gift. So I like lots of times being able to give a gift with a gift, right? It's always sort of nice and special. So let me go ahead and put some regular dimensionals on here. And then we'll get this done, and then we'll be through with this, right? We'll have it ready to give as a gift. And we can put a bow on this as well, too. Today I'm into bows. So we'll put a bow on here today. And we'll get our bling on here. And we'll have it done. How about that? So see, that wasn't really that hard, right? And it really didn't take that much time. We'll be able to see this maybe a little bit better here, because if I sit there and put bling on here, right, or put a bow in here, it's going to be different than what I did on the cup, right? I'll show you that again where it's better low down so you can see it. And I'll put one right here too. So see, I already know who I'm going to give this card to. So as I was thinking about that today and everything, I was looking at this, I was trying to think, well, who am I going to give this to? Who's on my list to give something to? So I do have somebody on the list. So if I put this right up here, it's going to sit there and it's going to be difficult to put a bow. I could put a bow right here. But if you look at the cup I have here and what I have here, okay, so I put a bow right here, and you could, right? I already had a bow made to put right here, and we could put a bling right there. Put this one over here just because I can, right? So there you go. I could do that just as easily. So let's go ahead and we'll do it just because that's how I was originally going to make it. So I'm going to stick with it. Just now I've got a tag in the middle that I can give as well, that as a gift, right? So if I chose to, I could give a gift, and I could sit up there and use that as a gift tag, or I could leave it in here and let them use it as a gift tag, or they can use it as a bookmark, right? It's their choice. My choice is to make the gift. Their choice is what they want to do with it, right? Let's see, does that look centered? Okay. Don't have my special peeps here to keep me straight today. Everybody's like on spring break, working, or getting ready to go to Houston for on stage. So there we go. I have 2 samples for you, and you can see this one's got. So you can see here, I could easily put another bag of hot cocoa in here, right? I could actually sandwich my peppermint right between the 2 of those, but here we go. There we go. We got a card that coordinates, which I like. I always like to do that. And then I have that right there. So there you go. So I hope you enjoyed that, right? Those are fairly easy to make. Fairly easy. So there's no reason why you can't go out there and create, share, and give, right? That's what it's all about. And how fun is it, right, to be able to do that? So if you are interested in this free class to go kit, by all means, you can sit there and just purchase something with $35, right? And you get it free. And you usually get 5 items, 5 to 6 items in it. You get no product, right? Everything is pre-cut where you're ready for you make. If you want to join the club, then you need to be sure to do that by the 15th. I'll have the link here. And the thing is, you will get product with that, as well as some fun gifts and surprises in there as well that goes with the whole Latte Love theme. So with that, be blessed. Go out there, create, share, and give. Make someone's day. All right? Be blessed. See you next week. We'll keep it simple and step it up. And I'll give you some updates and new stuff from on stage. Bye.